My thoughts on Anniversary Sunday, the 65th anniversary of St. Paul's. Allow me to share some of my recollections of my time spent here. It was early summer, 1972, and we were expecting our first child to be born midsummer. So we wanted to establish a church connection now that we are living in Oakville. As luck would have it, we knew Carolyn McNaught. And as expected, Carolyn talked us into trying St. Paul's. Because it was so close to our home on Brookside Drive, we did just that. I didn't think I wanted to be involved in anything at the church except attending the Sunday service. But I kissed that thought goodbye when I found myself one day after this with George Watt on my doorstep recruiting me as a Sunday school teacher. And so it began. The first time I was asked to present the children's story in the sanctuary, I was so nervous I thought my heart was going to beat right out of my chest as I awaited my turn to present. It's a different view from the front, but one I've become accustomed to over the years. Once I got started, I was okay, and all nervousness disappeared as I concentrated on the children and my story. Getting involved made me feel welcomed, useful, and needed, and that perhaps I had something to share with this congregation. I have learned over the years, when requested to take on a church job, not to ask myself, why me? But instead, why not me? You see, I've changed my tune about what belonging to a church means. Taking ownership for jobs in the church binds us together as a church family and develops in us a closer relationship to the Lord and to the ways He wants us to travel. I have come to love the people of St. Paul's, those who were here when Jeff and I joined almost 50 years ago, and those who are here now. I love the intergenerational opportunities our gatherings afford me. I've gone from being one of the young ones in this congregation to one of the oldsters. You are my church family. 6 months ago, when my husband passed away, and in the months and years beforehand, you showed us that you cared about our troubles. You visited. You phoned to check in on us. You sent flowers, cards, meals, and remembered Jeff with donations to St. Paul's and to the Diabetes Association. You have been, in a word, marvelous. My heart is warmed by your kindness and care of us. Many, many heartfelt thanks. What if I hadn't come to St. Paul's that summer in 1972? Well, I wouldn't have had the chance to know my den mother, Joan Ford, who never stops inquiring about my well-being. I wouldn't have known Lexi, who would often contact me about some document she needed to have proofread at the last minute. She once exclaimed to me in her busyness, "I don't care how you do it, just fix it." I wouldn't know Ross with his quick and witty retorts. When Jeff broke his hip in November 2011, Ross wanted me to tell him that Santa wouldn't be bringing him the trampoline he'd asked for. I would have missed being part of the team that worked to create the 50th anniversary memory book. It was an undertaking that was months in the making, but so worthwhile to be part of. And I wouldn't be constantly receiving on Facebook those dreadful puns from Ron Shermitt. My life has been so enriched by each one of you, and I am blessed and enriched in turn.